Greetings everyone, welcome to Chess Advanced, and this is the ninth game between Pragg and Arjun as all the games did not have a decisive result, and this is sudden death. Whoever wins this round not only gets to proceed into the semifinals but also gets a spot in the candidates. So without further ado, let's start with this game. And the time control is 3+2, and here Pragg is with the white pieces and he starts with knight to f3, and we have knight to f6 and we have b3, we have d5 and bishop to b2 and just bishop to f5, and we have g3 e6 and we have bishop to g2 but just bishop to e7. Both players developing their pieces, preparing castles, and we have b3 and we have h6, not allowing any bishop jumps, and just castles and castles by both the players, and we have knight b2 and just a5, and we have here a3 but just bishop to h7. And this bishop to h7 is definitely a move that you'll see normally in many of the games as it prevents this knight to h4, but here in this game this move is definitely haunt Arjun for the rest of the game, because here after knight to e5 we have knight bd7 and we have trade, knight captures, queen captures, and just knight to f3, and we have c5, and Arjun is definitely preparing to shift all of the attack on the queen side, and we have c4 not allowing that, and we have just a4, and after knight to e5 we have queen to c7 and we have c captures, e captures, and just going for this b captures, and after queen to a5 going to recapture that pawn, we have queen to b3, and after queen captures on a4 instead of trading we have b captures on d5 going for that pawn. After knight captures on d5 we have this queen captures on d5 as you don't want to trade the queens early, and after queen to a6 was played we have this a4, and after rook a d8 we have queen to f3 and just bishop to f6, and after knight to c4 you have to defend that bishop on b2, so we have bishop captures, knight captures, and just rook f8. After knight to c4 we have queen to e6, and definitely Arjun let his guard down with this queen to e6 move. Instead what he had to play was this beautiful bishop to e4. You cannot capture because the queen captures, so after a move like queen to f4 you again for this brilliant save with rook to d4, and again you cannot capture because of the same idea. And after queen to c7 we have just queen to c6 asking for a queen trade, and you definitely don't want to trade on black's turfs. So after queen to b6 we have just bishop to d5, and now you trade wasting a tempo, because after queen captures, bishop captures, you have this rook f1. You have to save that e2 pawn, and after bishop captures on a4 again you cannot recapture because of this beautiful b5. So after e3 now you capture with rook captures on d3, and now you get this fork with knight to b2, and only after bishop to b5 you have to give back the exchange. There's no way, otherwise you just lose a piece. So after knight captures on d4 you have bishop captures. Yes, white is an exchange up, but you have a bishop and two pawns for that, so definitely you would have an amazing fighting chance. But instead Arjun missed the idea. I mean, you cannot blame him. They have only 3 minutes on the clock and both players were very much down on the clock. So after queen to e6 was played we have this knight to e3, and after b6 we have rook fc1, and after rook to a8 we have queen to f4, and after rook to a5 we have rook cb1, and after bishop to g6 we have rook to b2. Both players slowly trying to make the development happen, waiting for the other player to make a mistake. And after queen to c6 we have rook a b1, and only now after queen captures we go for rook captures, and after rook captures on b6 we have king to h7, and after rook to b2 we have rook to a1 check, we have king to g2 and rook to c1. Pragg is a pawn up, so Arjun is definitely going to have to try something here quickly, otherwise it's going to get very much difficult in the end game. So after rook to c6 was played we have rook to e5, you have to defend that pawn, otherwise rook to b5 is coming, and after rook to c8 we have bishop to f5, and after knight captures on f5 Pragg is definitely happy with the trade. I mean, he's a pawn up, so after caps on f5 we have f4, and here was a critical moment of the game. You have to find this amazing rook to f6. I mean, that's the only move that saves the game, or maybe gives Arjun a fighting chance, because after h4 you start to bring the king into the game, and white will do the same. Will have some chances in the end game, and with both players basically exhausted from playing 8 games, maybe Arjun would have had a chance, but he missed this idea and instead went for this rook to d5, and after rook to c7 we have rook to f5, and after king to f3 we have h5. So he basically just wasted a tempo with this move order, and after rook to b5 we have g6. You cannot save that pawn either way, so after e4 rook to f6 was played, and after rook captures on c5 we have rook to f1 check, and after king to g2 we have rook to d1. Maybe you can harass the white king and maybe get on with the draw, but here just rook to d5 was played, and after h4 we have rook to d7, and after king to g8. I mean, this is just too difficult to defend even in this position. Your rook is stuck here on the f6 square guarding your king. So here Pragg did the only thing he could, move that rook out of here and went for this e5. Arjun played the only move he could. He went for this rook to f5, but we have king to f3, and after h captures is rook to f1 check. We have king to g2, rook to e1, and just king to f3, and rook to f1 check, king to e2, and rook to g1. And we have king to f2 again. You have to defend that pawn. So rook to d1 we have e6, and we have f captures. Rook to g7 check, and just king to f8 we have rook captures on g6. And after rook to f7 we have rook to c8 check, and king to e7 and rook to c6. And if it was any other day, definitely Arjun would have resigned the game on the spot. There's no way to save this. A lot is at stake, and maybe with time pressure anyone could make a mistake. So rook to f6 was played, but just rook to c7 check, and after king to d6 rook captures on f6, king captures on c7, and rook captures on e6. So Pragg is up to 3 pawns, but after rook captures on d3 now Pragg is up 2 pawns, definitely completely winning in game. But here again Arjun has to try. So rook to e3, rook to d2 check was played, king to f3, Both players were just seconds on the clock, and we have king to d6, f5, king to d7, g4, and after rook to a2. And now it's only a matter of temperament how Pragg converts this. So after g5, we have king to d6, and after king to g4, we have rook to a4 check. And after king to h5, we have rook to f4, and after f6, here we have rook to f1, and after king to g6, we have king to d7, f7, and king to d6. And after king to g7, we have king to d5, but it was also on this move that Arjun Erigaise resigned the game, and with that, Pragg proceeds to the next round, goes in the semi-finals, and also gets a spot in the candidates tournament. It was a brutal match with 9 games being played, but Pragg kept his temperament and it earned him a spot in the candidates tournament. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll be coming up with another amazing game. Just was updated to that. I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you all.